Welcome, guys. I have a treat for you today. So, what I want to do is configure a small device that I have to act as an IDS for my network. So, this is going to be just a super informal. I'm going to explain some of the things that I'm doing. There's probably going to be a lot of dead air time, so don't be here for entertainment. This is more so just to see my thought process and how I'm going to take this small $99 PC that I have and turn it into something that monitors traffic on my network and will send me an email alert if something comes up. So I think, if I remember correctly, I have my box sitting over there. I think it's 192.168.0.69. I want to get rid of the GUI. What do I need to delete, and how do I do it? And then we will see what it says. Okay, so right, light DM. I thought there was like X11 or something else. Okay, so there's want to do apt remove. That's fine. There was one time I deleted a GUI, and it had me specifically do like I wanted to delete a GUI, and it had me specifically just delete the daemon. But in this case, they want to do. Let me look over. Yup, GUI disabled. That looks fine. I'm gonna assume that looks like it's back. And there we are. Okay, so let's look at HTOP and look at that. We are using almost nothing of anything. And by the way, take a look. This is nothing special, guys. This is literally just an Intel Celeron processor running at like 1.1 gigahertz with a max gigahertz of 2.6. And it's 2-core, 2-thread. That's it. But this is going to be able to run quite a bit for a Linux server. So I don't foresee any issues there. So what I need to do now is I'm going to go to my Substack, and I'm going to look for Transparent Bridge. Linux, the saga continues, right? Apt install Suricata, NetPlan. I think I already have that on there. Or like apt remove NetPlan. I don't think you have to do that, but I did do that. Oh, Etsy network interfaces is actually completely empty, which is fine. Okay, so we are starting from scratch, which is really strange. Did I spell that right? Yeah, I sure did. Etsy network interfaces. That's so weird. It's usually this default file right here. Yeah. Huh. That's not there at all. I don't know if you guys can hear that little beetle-dee thing or not, but it keeps going off in my headphones. Okay. Well, let's start with that then. Source, Etsy network interfaces.d, and then star, and then we're going to do the loopback. Auto, LO, iFace, LO, iNet, loopback. And then we want to make the transparent bridge, which I think it should say it in here, because I'm trying to remember when we want to make the bridge. iNet manual, yeah, for each of those. So we're going to do auto, I don't actually remember what the name of that is, so we're going to start with this. So WQ, and then if config. So then there's another thing we need to do. So we got this WLP1S0. So this is actually the wireless card, because there's nothing plugged into it currently. And that's what's currently getting our IP address, which what we're going to do momentarily is we're going to do ENP2S0, and then this disgusting name is actually the USB Ethernet adapter. So let me show you. So we're going to vim Etsy network control C, do the same thing, auto, that, iFace, that, iNet, manual. Now you might be saying, Evan, how in the world are we going to actually get our thing to work if we're setting all the interfaces to manual? Just calm down. This is where we're going to make the bridge. So we're going to do auto BR0. So we'll do iFace BR0. We're going to do iNet static. We're going to do it a little different from what it is that we're going to do here. So then it's going to be bridge ports. We will do ENP2S0 and that thing, because you got to put both of them in there. Bridge FD0, because in this example we only had like a single port, so like it wasn't a big deal. Let's see, bridge forward 0. We want bridge max weight 0, and then we want bridge STP off, and then we want address. We're going to do the same one, 192.168.0.69, and we want net mask of 255. I really wish I had a number pad on this keyboard sometimes. 255, 255, 255.0, and then we want gateway of 192.168.0.1. Now, the default gateway is typically the first available address, and in this case, that is also correct. So you got address, net mask, gateway. So now what this is doing is it's saying, hey, this is an interface, and this is an interface. What we want to do is when we start up, we want it to be, if I go back up to Vim, we want to restart the network again. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. We had an error. Let's find out what it was. Take out that. I really want to stop that. Okay. Failed to start network. It failed to raise network interfaces. Why? Very strange. Well, let's go check our code. It's funny calling it code, but so we know that this works, and we know that this works. Oh, maybe I need to apt install bridge utils. Of course. That's why it failed, because I didn't have bridge utils. So it doesn't actually have everything it needs to raise the bridge interface. Now it should have everything it needs to raise the interface. So now if I go here, restart networking, it's possible it might kick me out, and then I have to go back over to the command line to go figure that thing out. Or I could just move it over here and plug it in. Did this right, then I should be able to root.70, and there we go. So what happened, and why did that work? So if we look at ifconfig, we've got our bridge, which has now, seen about 1,000 packets, right? It's received 886, and it's transmitted 122, right? That bridge interface is the combination of this and this. So what you can't see is I unplugged the hard line going straight into my computer, and I plugged it into the little box. And then I took another Ethernet cable and I plugged it into the little computer, and then I plugged that into my big computer. So now my little computer is acting as a pass-through for this. So now we're going to apt install suricata. Let that cook for a minute. This is going to be the intrusion detection system. All right, and then I'll show you the rest of it in just a second. Okay, so now, let me see. I think it's suricata CTL -H. Okay, I have it here in my Substack for how to do the whole suricata thing because it's been a minute since I configured that. So let's take a look. That's going to be like dynamically blocking IP addresses. I don't want to necessarily do that. I just want to do suricata, which I think is up next in the Substack series. Let's see. Suricata. Introduction to suricata. Okay, what is it? All of that stuff. Let me see. Suricata. Okay. Do. Okay. Yup. Vim, Etsy, suricata. Oh. Nope, that wasn't it. That was the directory. Okay, so if we go in the suricata directory, so you can see we have, oh, that's right. So we actually have some predefined rules in here already, which is pretty cool. So if we were to do, let's see, ls, or less, we'll do like SSH event rules. So there's actually really not much in here. It's saying, hey, if there's any SSH in here, then we will notify you of it. Or if we do cat TLS, it's like, hey, like you have TLS with an invalid record type and all these things. And so what it's saying, like, because you have different things that you can do in suricata. And this is not a deep dive into suricata because we're going to be using cookie cutter alerts. I mean, you can go through the process of learning how to do this and make your own alerts. And these are all things that I do in the Substack, but it's a little involved. Saying like, well, what are we going to do with this thing? Well, it's going to be an alert, protocol TLS, any IP to any port to any IP to any port. This is going to be the message that shows up in the logs. We want the flow to be established. We want it to be the app layer event to be a TLS certificate and valid, right? So flow int, I don't remember what that is. TLS.anomaly.count. Yeah, there's some parts of this that I don't remember. I don't remember this plus. I don't remember this one. But it's all part of this flow int thing, which I don't think I've ever used that to make alerts. And then class type, protocol, command, decode. And then in SSID, you just have to give it any unique SSID. Formal suricata alerts have a unique SSID. And then the revision is just like metadata, like what revision of this alert is it? Because sometimes these alerts get updated over time. That's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna delete everything because I don't need these alerts in here currently. What I need to do is I need to configure the YAML file. Now I had it in here to oh crap. Okay, suricata part 2 I think is the YAML file. There it is for what is it that I need to change in order to make it do the thing, right? So it's like over 1,900 lines. I've dissected this whole thing at one point in time, right? So fast log enabled, yes, we won't be editing anything. Okay. We'll jump to line 151. The types of traffic that we'll be viewing. And we'll take a look at that. So let's see. We'll do 151 capital G for go. And that looks a little different from what it is that I remember seeing. So maybe we'll start standard port. Oh, look at that. They have VXLAN in here now. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So all of this is fine. Okay. Let's see. This is identify the types of traffic flows. We have some like SSH, HTTP, more options, types of characteristics, monitor. Then we get to line 304, and then we have logs. Okay. Suricata has a lot of options to store logs of different types of traffic. Yeah, I never used that particularly. Yeah, line 554. Define your logging outputs. Yeah, all that's fine. The different logging options available. Okay. AF packet interface ETH0. So this you're going to leave is exactly as is. We're going to specify the AF packets interface is BR0 when using the transparent bridge. Yeah, these default modes are incredibly efficient and work better than any custom configs for 99%. This is actually true. I'm remembering all of this. I mean, I wrote it, so I hope I agree with it. Let's see. On line 705 is the application layer protocols and the breakdowns of these. These are going to be used in rules to specify protocols like TLS, SNMP, etc. Don't touch base from our last stack. Well, actually answers the question of why the Modbus rules failed. It's because it's disabled by default. That's true. I actually don't need the Modbus rules at all. So while there are many things you can touch on, one of the most important that I absolutely need to address, let's see, is the rule file. Ah, yes. That's right. That's right. The rules that are going to be parsed. There's some configuration files that are going to leave those alone for now. Okay, so now this is what I'm going to do. Suricata rules exploit. Let's see. So these are emerging threats. This is where this is coming from. Emerging threats rules Suricata. So let's see. There are a million different things that we can put in here, but Tor.rules is one of my favorites. I think that would be a good one to include for sure. I would like to download all of these as a zip file, but I don't know if they have it as a zip file, which would be really unfortunate. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's see. For Suricata. Okay, excellent. Pulled pork. That's amazing. Okay. Best practices. I think I can just wget this and it would be just fine. So I'm going to copy link address. So I'm going to go to rules and I'm going to do wget. Oh, no? Okay. 404 not found. Really? I don't believe that. I just got it right here. You know what? Fine. You ready? Watch this. So we're going to do... oh, yeah, it's dir emerging. So we're going to do SCP emerging rules. We're going to root at 192.168.0.70 / Etsy Suricata rules. And we're almost done. And we're done. Okay. Need to take a look at, it's this near the bottom. You messed up. Now you get to, sit and watch this train go by. Control V, and then I'm going to, license is not a, that's not a rule. Not a rule. All of those not a rule, right? And then this BSD license, that will classification.config. I don't think I need that. I don't think I need that at all. I think I just need rule files. I don't remember what classification.config is. We got the compromised IPs. I'm not worried. I think they're cool to have compromised IPs and all that's fine and everything's. Why was it? Okay. I don't remember how to do this in Vim. Replace multiple or add multiple characters per line. Vim continuous. I thought it was Control V, but it's not. Well, I thought I just did that. Watch, now it'll work. No, because now it's pasting. So I'm going to say Control V is pasting. Yeah, so what in the world? So I have Control V is pasting. Let's see. The terminal is interpreting its key binding. Okay, Control Q. Interesting. So I don't normally do this on Windows, so that explains why this is. Okay, so visual block. All right, so we're at Control Q. So that's good to know. If Control V pastes, which I didn't think it was going to do that unless I was inserting, you can use Control Q and then that, and then Shift I. And okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go here, Control V or Control Q. I'm going to do Control Q here. It's not searching for them in. It's not searching for them in the right directory. I don't remember where to adjust that. Okay, that's Lua rules. I don't need Lua. We're on line 1300. That's the Suricata socket. That's fine. Oh, gosh. Where do I find that? Oh, okay. Duh. Maybe by all the rest of the rules. Like I said, retarded. I think that's it, right? Now, this is what I want to do to show you guys effectively how this works, because it's like, okay, cool, it's running. What does that mean to me? Well, let me open. If we were to do that, and we were to do, say, eve.json, take a look. Now we've got a whole bunch of stuff in here, right? Because now this is saying, here's all of the other traffic that's going on in the background. Welcome to the Eve file. This is stuff that's really good to throw into something like a NoSQL server that has a visualization platform on it. Something like Cabana, Elk Stack. Really, really good for this. In fact, there's actually Suricata integrations, Suricata integrations for the Elk Stack, Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Cabana. That was part of how I did the thing for my first company that was really successful. So now, what we want to do, what I think will be fun, is give me a simple Suricata rule to test the IDS by pinging 8.8.8.8, and it'll tell us. Ta-da! Okay, so this is how we're going to do this, just to test it real quick and dirty so you guys can see what it is that we're doing. So we could make an entirely separate rules file, and that would be fine. So we're going to do Etsy. suricata rules. I'm going to pick the first one. Vim 3 core sec rules. And we're going to go down. Suricata CTL tick tick reload tick rules. Let's see what it says. Let's see, usage dash H. Yeah, that's not particularly helpful. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do instead. Just gonna, let's see. Let's take a look at the fast log one last time. But again, there's a way to reload the emerging. It's all emerging threats here, so maybe that'll be enough to get it to do the thing. Oh, it doesn't want to stop. Oh, okay, yeah. So it tells us right here the max SID value. So ended up shooting us in the foot. Okay, let's see. Signal received, and then oops. No, I want to keep that. I want to keep that right in there. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Okay, no, I want that in there. That's fine. I also want that in there. I want those on the same tab. Okay. Windows problems, am I right? Okay. So now we're going to try that again. And do we have a conflict? Doesn't appear so. Oh, SSH back into there. And then if once it's up and running, actually, let's look at HTOP. How much is it running right now? So one core is at like 100%. So it's just absolutely pegging the snot out of that core. I wonder if I did 2 cores, if it would run better. I mean, it probably would. Let me see. To run 2 cores instead of 1. Suricata.yaml. Okay. Okay, so just detect threads. I mean, that's easy enough. So you can see now that it's started, it's actually running at a super low volume. So maybe that's not super essential. But then take a look at this. So let's go so you guys can see the power of Suricata. Okay. Ping 8.8.8.8. And then if we go here and we query the fast log, ta-da, we now have an alert. Ping 8.8.8.8. Everything was just detected. Wow, amazing. Now I'm going to ask ChatGPT, enable RC local. So this is what we're going to do to make sure that it always runs on startup. So let's see. Oh, no such file or directory. Okay, doesn't exist. So do I have to apt install RC local? Let's see. Unit files of no config. Right. So let's see. Do I apt install RC local? I don't remember. But that's like most things. Like I know how to do things. I just have to look up how to get there. It's a script, not a separate package. Okay, that makes sense. So I wasn't sure if there was a separate daemon that ran it in the background, but it's not. It's just a script that runs. So then we're gonna do okay, so make me an RC local script that runs Suricata and starts a Python daemon called um, email alert dot py, because I know there's a little like starting script piece that's a little weird, or at least I thought there was. Let's see. Yeah, this is fine. I thought it was like bin E or something like that. I thought there's something there. Bin sh dash E. I don't exactly remember, but I know it's something like that. Yeah, bin sh dash E. Okay. Okay, yeah, dash C is the Suricata YAML file. And then, okay, so we can work with this, right? This is actually going to be way more than I'm bargaining for, but that's fine. So we're going to do etsy rc dot local. So this is fine. I don't need to that. I don't need that. That's fine. So it's we'll throw this in opt is what we'll do. We'll just make it opt email. The Suricata YAML file is fine, and then we're gonna do tick af packet equals bridge 0. So now the Suricata YAML file and af packet bridge 0 running user bin Suricata and then user bin Python 3, and it's gonna be opt email alert dot py, and then so it runs in the background. So that all should be fine. And then we need to do dash D for daemon, which is mucho excelente. And then the last thing that we need is write me an email script that runs on a loop that reads the Suricata fast log and determines if there was an alert in the last minute since it ran. If there was, have it send an email with the fast log alert info to my email of choice. That really should not be a very complicated script. So yeah, smtplib, smime, blah, blah, all that jazz. Everything's fine. So log file, check interval 60, email address, email password, SMTP server, SMTP port. Now here's the thing. I'm not going to go through creating this whole thing with you guys because I got to go through the username and the password and the creating the account and doing the SMTP blah blah on the back end. Maybe I'll put that in the Substack. But I want you guys to see something that if I do, I'm just going to currently take this guy and just comment him out, and then I'll restart it. And if I reboot this and everything goes the way that it should, once it starts back up again, I should be able to ping 8.8.8.8 again, and you should see a new alert come up in the fast log. So it's like this is like none of this is hard. But if something were to happen, like if I were to download and open up a Tor browser from here, it would detect it immediately. And then once I have the email thing in place, which I mean the entire code is right here, you guys saw the prompt. It's literally that. And then it goes through and then it makes it. And it's probably pretty good. And it's probably going to be a gigantic pain in the butt. And it's probably not going to work right the first time. But then once it's working, it's working. And so the whole thing is where the... let's see if we actually can find... We'll look at where the main is. So look at the main. While true, alerts equals read log. If alerts, send email alerts. Else, time.sleep. And then it just waits for 60 seconds and then does it again. And it's just running the whole time because main is just a while loop. So when the device starts up, it just runs this script that's running in the background that's just running all the time. That's it, guys. There's really nothing complicated about it. Not at all. Okay. We will do HTOP, see what we're running at. We got one core running at near 100%, so maybe it would be good to add in the second core, but for now, I'm sure it's fine. Let me see. Suricata. I swear I've done Suricata CTL like status. Suricata CTL switches. Suricata CTL. Oh, that's update rules. I thought it was reload rules. Oh, stats. Okay. Suricata CTL stats. What? Choose from file store. I'm going to see if... Yeah, there's something wrong about that. Yeah, there's something about this is broken and not working right. But let me show you again just to prove the point. 8.8.8.8. If we did that right, go through and register that then as part of the fast log. Because that should be hypothetically doing it. Let's see. 34, 34, 35. Yeah, because we're at 45 right now. So anyway, if I had Suricata CTL configured, which I can, I just need to add it in and figure out how to do that. Then I would be able to look at the statistics, and I might have some dropped packets. So I wonder if Suricata CTL is just something I can apt install. Okay, it's user bin Suricata CTL. Ugh, that's so annoying. So very annoying. Okay. Now let's see. Where's the... Do I have a stop or something like that? I don't think I do. I gotta do PSAUX and kill the process. Okay. So I think the process ID is 1755. So kill -9 1755. Okay. Now I can go through and do this again. Then it picked up that Discord thing because I do have Discord right here, and it's all good things, I guess. Let's see. All right, engine started. Okay, there we go. There we go again. And I don't think I have WireGuard enabled either, so it wouldn't be circumventing that. So all of that would have to be going out. And in fact, let me make sure. I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi too, so I can be entirely certain that it's absolutely going out through that interface and that it's not going out through something else. Expected. Now it doesn't have the suppression in there, so it should hypothetically re-register a new alert every time it sees something. Let's see, priority 3, dot, dot, dot. Let's see. Suricata fast log. Yeah, I don't know why it's not registering it more than once, but the whole thing is like, you don't have to necessarily get it to, register more than once, right? That if you catch it once, it's served its purpose so long as you get it to do the thing that you want it to do, right? And actually, the fact that it's got that Discord app alert on there is great, because that's going to be great for testing, just to see like how that ends up showing up over time. Let me see. With this alert, how often would it trigger if multiple pings at once? One after another. It should, in theory, do it for each ICMP alert because it doesn't have any suppression in there, right? But I just don't think this CPU is quite powerful enough. Yeah, so threshold, type, limit, track by source, count 1 in 10 seconds. So like it doesn't have any of that. So it should, theory, it should in theory do it every time. Let me see. Tail command to keep alive. I forget what is it tail -F? Yeah, I think that would be it. So instead of cat, we're going to do tail -F for the fast log, right? And it's like, okay, we'll take a look. We got more stuff in there. Okie dokie. Oh, come on. Okay, we'll do these side by side. So here's the fast log. We should see it in real time. If it does the thing, but I suspect it's not properly doing the thing because I don't think it has the hardware capacity to process all of the packets, which is really kind of sad because we were hoping that it would. And it might just need that extra core. So maybe that's what we do now before we close this out. Let's see if we can get this working properly. So cd etsy suricata vim suricata.yaml, and it's CPU dash set CPU affinity. What? Okay, hold on. CPU affinity. Set CPU affinity. We'll do yes. And then CPU management, beaver set, I think detect thread ratio. Oh, yeah, I think that would be, maybe we'll just go up to 2.0. I think that's what the thing was saying, which is going to be really interesting if we end up failed to parse the file. Okay. Do thread ratio. See, I don't remember exactly how to do this because this was from long time ago. Thing else. Well, okay, 1742 did not find expected key. Okay, so we're going to do 1742G. Which one is that? CP. No. Maybe we put yes. That was weird. Why wasn't that there? 1742. Okay. We just say no. 1743. Okay. CPU affinity. Oh. Yeah, I bet that was it. Because I think that broke it. Because I think we needed the space. Done. Okay. Upper bound 2 of CPU set is too high. Only 2 CPUs. Okay. Well then. Let's see. Looks like we're getting more of these DNS alerts, which is great. And really kind of annoying and not particularly useful. Let's see here. It's going to take it a minute to do that. See, HTOP. HTOP has it just absolutely pegged. Yeah, I guess maybe it is. Maybe it is running on 2 of those. I might just need more hardware than what it is that I have here to properly run this. But I think it's going to be interesting to find out. So detect thread ratio. Let's go ahead and do 1. Yeah, worker CPU is default media, which we only have 2. So, like, that whole thing is fine. Yes, and maybe we see what happens. Oh, I had it only set to 1 in any case. So we can do that. I want to go back here to the fast log, and then it hasn't started up yet. So once it starts up, it should do everything just fine. Maybe we shouldn't have put CPU affinity. Oops. But that's why we do home labs, because if you end up breaking things, who cares? Like, this is all just practice, having fun anyway. Okay, so the threads did the thing, and now we do the ping, and I don't know if you saw that, but now we got the ping. Now the question is, the real question is, why are we not getting more alerts when doing more pings? Because we should be getting a new alert with each ping, but we're not. So I couldn't tell you why that's happening. But who knows? Maybe Suricata has some new default thresholds in place. I'm not entirely sure because this version of Suricata is a little newer than the one that I had previously. But anyway, you put this together with that little email script that we talked about, and you can rule the world. And then eventually you start pruning off these alerts that you don't care about. And then eventually, even after that, you start saying, hey, I really care about just these handfuls of alerts. If it says like exploit or Tor or malware or whatever else, and then you only have those sent to you, and then everything works dandy. So anyway, guys, this was a ton of fun. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And if you liked it, because I'm probably going to post this to YouTube, leave a comment and let me know if you liked it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.